Hey, Shalom, I want to start first by giving all praise to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors supposed to GMS and honors to brothers doing the work in truth, war, sincerity. It's on the news that Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt wanted the U.S. to bomb Iran before the nuclear deal. Right, this is from John Kerry of all people, right? Published yesterday, so today's the 30th. This was 29th, right? So basically, the leaders of Israel, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt all pressurized the U.S. to bomb Iran prior to negotiations on the 2015 nuclear deal. Former U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry said, right? And then basically that goes into what each one of them said. It says Benjamin, all three leaders lobbied for him for military action against Iran, and it basically says something about which you call it Netanyahu here. Right, basically about how he was very pro attacking Iran, right? Because we all know that that's going to be the end goal, right? So we'll get into scriptures, right? This is Jeremiah 49:20. It says, "Therefore hear the counsel of Yahweh that he hath taken against Edom." Who's Edom? So-called white man. And the head of Edom, the chief house of Edom, is Amalek. You know, those people inhabiting the land of Israel now, right? Says, and his purposes that he hath purpose against the inhabitants of Teman. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, right? And they're the least of the flock, man. You know, that's in reference to to these gutter rats over there in Israel that have stolen our identity. They're the least of the flock, and they're going to draw them out. How? By attacking Iran, right? Because there's all this all this hype about North Korea this, North Korea that, which is why it's important to have the apostles. When we give double honors to the apostles, because they basically break it down and say, look, man, North Korea is not even a threat, man. That's not even big news. The real thing to look out for is when Israel hits Iran. Because what happens when Israel hits Iran? When Israel hits Iran, right, then America's got to back him, because Iran and Russia have a nuclear deal. Right, we can get into that as well. What was that? Ezekiel 38. And this comes up a lot. But that's the thing of prophecies. As these prophecies come to pass, the more repetitive these videos get, and that's just the way it should be. Right, every now and then you want to tackle it this way or that way, but at the end of the day, the same core point is being reiterated, and that's the same thing and throughout these scriptures. Right, you read all of the basically Moses' prophets spoke about would you call it this destruction that's to come. Right, so this is Ezekiel 38 from the top. Right, it says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. Right, when you look at basically you might say, well, I was talking about Japheth, right? But who's inhabiting that land now? Russia. That's where Russia is today, right? So then I'll turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaw. Right, it's because Russia is getting new scene, and now they're starting to step things up. Syria was a turning point for Russia, right? Because up until that point, they weren't really, doing anything, but now they're back in the fray, right? Good continues and says, it's basically put hooks into thy jaws. Basically, like imagine someone getting pulled back from their cheek or something, getting pulled back into a way, and that way is the way of the USSR when Russia wanted to be a world superpower. It says, and now bring thee forth and all thine army, horses and horsemen, and all them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them. And at the point there is Persia. Right, I'm going to jump down to the bottom, verse 7. It says, Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself thou and all thy company that assemble unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Right, so basically saying, be a guard unto Persia and Ethiopia and Libya. Right, and Gomer is Turkey. When you've been seeing the relationship between Turkey and Russia getting better and better. Right, so, and that's why when Israel does attack Iran, that's why this thing is going to go to a head, because Russia has to protect Iran, and America has to protect Israel. So then it's no, we start doing proxy, and then we start what do you call it? Start getting into real stuff, right? But reason why this hadn't happened at that time is because the elect weren't sealed yet, right? This is in fact, let me start from the top. This is Revelation 7 says, and after these things I saw 4 angels standing on the 4 corners of the earth, holding the 4 winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor of the sea, nor on any tree. Based this destruction, that nuclear wind, right? Not this nuclear war start, but yet, right? It says, and I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power, and he cried with a loud voice to the 4 angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our God in their foreheads. So basically, don't destroy this place up until the time is right, and that time is when the elect is sealed, right? Because everything has to come in order. The chip isn't out, right? In fact, something says 55 and 11 or 6. Right, so it's Isaiah 55 and 11 says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which shall please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. Right, so basically the Lord saying, if he says something, that thing is going to come to pass. However, so basically what that's saying is, we can't go, these heathen nations can't go to war until the Most High himself has had all of his prophecies fulfilled, and one of those prophecies is the chip, the mark of the beast, right? Revelation the 13th chapter, right, talks about an incision, a mark, and that word mark there in the Greek is charagma, which is an incision, right, which is that RFID microchip, right? Did I actually read what was here before? Yeah, I read it. So, like I said, wanted to just cover that real quick. I'm a day late. And with that, those were you at the final session 1.